Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Sport Universe Reacts. So, what I want to talk about is a little Mets news, a little NL East recap. So, a big thing that's been going around, rumor-wise, is that the NL East is, everyone's doing something except the Mets. Like, everyone's improving. But I kind of want to look into that a little bit more because I feel like that's being a little overplayed, and I really don't think that's true. You let me know in the comments if I'm just being, a Mets fan. But let's start with the Braves. All the Braves did was sign Cole Hamels. I was looking, forgot the guy's name. They did sign a left fielder. He's not really that great. I was looking at his stats. The only big move they made was Cole Hamels. Cole Hamels is 35. He's always been a good pitcher. Last year, he had a 3.81 ERA, 7-7, and like a 1.3 WHIP. Solid numbers, but nothing crazy. And they lost Julio Teheran. Julio Teheran's a younger, better version of Cole Hamels. So there, I really see them as being basically the same team. Obviously, the Braves are the best team in the division, and there's no doubt about that. Next is the Nationals. How have the Nationals got anywhere better? The only reason they're going to be better is because Juan Soto is going to have another year under his belt and is going to be able to drive the team farther, do better for the team, and in turn possibly make the team have a better record. Obviously, they won the championship last year, but I really don't see them as much of a threat. They lost Anthony Rendon. They signed Strasburg, but both Strasburg and Anthony Rendon were on this team last year, so I don't really see how what they have done is anywhere close to... Their team's worse than it was last year, is what I'm trying to say. Less, of course, development and stuff, but based off free agents and everything, it's not a good argument that the Nationals have done anything better than the Mets have done. They've been worse. I'm going to give a conclusion at the end, so hopefully this makes a little bit more sense as I get to the end of the video. Next is the Phillies. The Phillies are the only team that, they've done stuff, but let me get into it. They signed Zach Wheeler and they signed Didi Gregorius, basically their two big moves this offseason so far. Zach Wheeler, I've said it multiple times after the news broke that the Phillies got him. I think he's being overpaid. I think he got lucky that he's in a free agency class where the only other pitcher that was better than him was Garrett Cole. I think in a lot of other free agency classes, there'd be 3 to 4 people better than Zach Wheeler. I think Zach Wheeler got lucky with the money that he was able to get. I really don't see him as being that influential piece that everyone thinks he's going to be. I mean, I don't know what they're seeing in his stats that make that everyone see him and be like, wow, this guy's going to be an elite pitcher, because I really don't see that happening. Next is Didi Gregorius. Didi Gregorius had basically a terrible season last year. There was injuries, obviously. He only played 82 games. But his other seasons with the Yankees had been, at best, good. Nothing outstanding. Like a average to good, what did he play? Shortstop? Right, shortstop. I guess 2 good signings, but once again, it's not like they did anything crazy. And for the Mets, the only piece they lost was Zach Wheeler. The only real piece they lost was Zach Wheeler. And they signed Michael Wacha and Rick Porcello. I don't know if they'll be as good as Zach Wheeler is, but they're a pretty good replacement for him. And the only big problem that the Mets had going into this offseason was looking for a bullpen pitcher, in my eyes. Obviously, people could say they need a third baseman, they need a better defensive center fielder. But with recent things, I don't think they need another outfielder. It seems like Yoenis Cespedes possibly could be back this, May, June area timetable, considering he lost play 140 games. They don't need any infielders. They have J.D. Davis. They have Jeff McNeil, 2 very versatile players that can go all over the field, and they showed that they have skills to be able to play. Their only big issue is the bullpen, and I think Brodie Van Wagenen realizes that. And signing Rick Porcello and Michael Wacha, one of those players, unless there's an injury, is going to go into the bullpen. And usually when a pretty good pitcher goes into the bullpen, they do also pretty well, because that's just how it works, since the bullpens... Okay, maybe I shouldn't make that generalization, but I think they're well set up. The only thing I want to see them do is possibly sign Dellin Betances and then just sign a bunch of bullpen pitchers to minor league deals. I think that with the volatility of bullpen players, I think Edwin Diaz is going to have a bounce-back season. I think Dellin Betances has the possibility to be a very good bullpen pitcher, and getting him at such a low price of $10 million, I don't see a reason why not to do that. And then signing a bunch of minor league bullpen pitchers, it usually works. You usually find someone. And with the volatility of bullpen players, someone who didn't have a good season last year is going to be good for the Mets this year. And I think that's just how you have to go about it. And I think that that's the only thing that really makes sense for the Mets to do. So I don't understand the whole idea that the Mets haven't done anything and we're just sitting back and letting all these other teams in our division become better, when they're really not getting better if you look into it. The only team that I'd say has gotten better based off these free agency signings are the Phillies, but not by that much. Again, I really don't see Zach Wheeler having that impactful season for the Phillies. But other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching this Sport Universe Reacts. Questions, comments, concerns, comment them down below. Follow us on Instagram. If you have any interest writing for us, editing videos, anything of that nature, let me know. Either comment down below or contact thesportuniverse2019@gmail.com. And other than that, thanks for watching. Bye.